What's up, guys? Can't believe it. We only have 1 week left. That went by so damn fast. Alright. So, let's see. Don't think there was any headline news to lead off with, which is nice for a change. So we're going to be doing the usual, do a practice draft into the $20 draft, the main event, and we'll go from there. Let's go ahead and look at, actually there's not that much news, so let's get in a tournament here. I like to do these $1 best ball ones as a little practice for the bigger one. Let's go ahead and get in it. Alright, insta-fill, that's exciting. And pick number 2, starting off with a judge team. We love that. Haven't gotten much number 2 this year, so always exciting. But let's go over the news while we kind of let this draft come back to us. We're just going to take Ohtani or Judge. Whoever is there. So looks like Barger hit a homer here. We like to see that. He's one of our targets as a late outfielder or infielder.
Addison Barger, first pitch swinging and hits it right on.
We like to see that. Pena, we took a couple times late yesterday. Here's an update on him. Resumes throwing, will swing soon. We've been buying the discount on him. Just because it's just a finger, it's not like a wrist or anything. The payout for these contests is heavily weighted towards the playoff, fantasy playoffs. So we're okay if he misses early on in the year. So I think we'll still take the discount on him today. Plus, you guys know we like to wait on infield. So as long as he's progressing fine, that is a great sign. Roki Sasaki had an uneven start here. 27% CSW, but his location was pretty rough. Still kind of figuring out how to read these charts, but so we've been avoiding him. He just feels so risky compared to the other. Well, I guess he's basically free, but we like a lot of pitchers at the end of the draft, so he just feels like such a risky pick. And even like, what is his upside if he is in the rotation? Because like, not only does he have to make the rotation, but he has to be like a stud. And it doesn't seem like he's quite there yet, so 4 walks. Probably continue to pass on him. So we'll take Judge, and we'll see who comes back to us. Alright, Josh Lowe adds outfield reps after 2-week absence. We've been ignoring him for the most part. Injury-prone guy, already has an oblique. He's on the Angels now. I don't trust the Angels. I live in Orange County. I know better. So, haven't been drafting him. Looks like Burns had his velo sat 98, so his velo looked fine. I guess he walked a couple, only 1. But this was good. I mean, we're just paying attention to velocity and stuff right now. I think we got like a 20 pick discount on him yesterday, so we'll see where Burns goes today. He's not like off my board or anything with negative reports, but wouldn't mind a discount on him. Imanaga had a really nice start. He's in that tier with Aaron Nola and like Shane Baz. I've been going Nola over him, but maybe today we'll do Imanaga over Nola just to switch it up a bit, because he does look like he's having some pretty strong spring starts. Dustin May threw a 99.7 mile per hour fastball. Haven't really looked at him much this year. Wondering if you guys are interested in him. Maybe we'll have to take a look at him. I don't even know where he's going. I'm guessing does he get drafted even? 227. He's kind of in that free tier. I wonder what Eno has with him. 83. So, I mean, he's just firmly in that dart throw tier. So many pitchers there. hard to pick from. Durbin said he was informed he'll be Red Sox starting third baseman. That is good to see. We were kind of drafting him like he already was, but still good to see. So Corbin Carroll connects for his first homer of the spring. Left center off Edward Cabrera. Left his bat at 105.5. Also hit a liner. So it looks like 106 miles per hour. So it looks like he might be fully healthy, Corbin Carroll. We were taking the discount on him while it was there, but I've seen him already climb up the board, and you can see here he goes 9. So we'll draft him if he falls to us. It's also like kind of a good sign. He had the Hammett injury same day as Lindor and Holiday, and he's already back hitting homers. So I mean, everyone's gonna heal differently, but it's a good sign. Garrett Cole's up to 98.7 miles per hour. I think he only threw 1 inning, but that's exciting to see. We haven't been drafting him much. It's basically free. I mean, this looks like so good, but it was just 10 pitches, I think. So I don't want to go too crazy, but should maybe be mixing him in. I think he's projected to miss a month at least, but oh, it's so hard to mix in all these late guys. So here's more on Sasaki's start. I think we already looked at that. Just some notes. Basala has a 56% hard hit rate. Lagrange hit 103 miles per hour. That's crazy. Adele hit a 481-foot homer. We love to see that. He's like one of our favorite targets. Anything else crazy here? Not really. Saw Ballesteros hit a couple hard hit balls, at least with homers. Haven't really looked at him much. I think Roster Resource has him platooning with Matt Shaw. But maybe he's worth another look because he's a highly rated prospect. Let's see where he goes. Just another infielder to try to mix in. There's just so many. So let's lock in on the draft here now. So we know we want to get at least one more outfielder here. I really want to go 2 outfielders in the first 3 rounds. 3 outfielders is on the board. But we know we're okay taking Ward or Yelich here. So we'll see what falls. But I think I've been preferring 1 infielder, 1 outfielder. So we'll probably take the top outfielder here. I kind of like Rooker more than Jordan. Should probably check my exposure on those 2. Still light on Jordan. We'll just take Jordan here. And let's see who falls. I haven't taken much Caminero, and he's been on such a tear, I kind of expected his price to rise. So we might take him here while it hasn't risen yet. There goes Wood. We would have considered Wood there. But I think we just go Caminero. Keep it pretty simple here. But I do like going 3 outfielders on this side of the board. Especially now that Suzuki... I'm not going to be drafting Suzuki. I already took a ton of him before the injury, so I feel like I don't want to double down on him. But we will see who's available. This will pretty much lock us into taking 1 outfielder here. If we would have gone 3 outfielders, gives us a little bit more flexibility. But we'll see how it plays out. You guys see anything unique happening here? Not really. This has been a pretty by-the-book draft here. I guess Cal fell a couple picks, but that's not that unique. Gunner got reached for. Oh, these 2 are reaches a little bit. Olsen at 30. So I've been trying to see how this tier goes with Suzuki gone. Do you guys think Ward will now move up as the next outfielder? I wonder what his ADP is. 48. Yeah, that's about where he's been going. So, yeah, this outfield tier dries up pretty quick now without Suzuki. Rosarina, who's left? So Duran and Merrill are left. So we want to be taking note of this for the next draft. I kind of expect them to dry up around 38, 39, but I've seen the last one fall to like 42. So there goes Duran, Merrill, Marte. So still one outfielder left. This guy already has 3. So 47.50. So we know we need at least one outfielder. So I'll take Ward if he's there. I don't mind taking Yelich here either. And the other pick, we'll take Brown if he falls. Maybe Woo. Not really sure what to do with this one. But most likely it'll be outfielder, pitcher. Outfield and pitcher. I don't like to clog up my infield too early because we find a lot of value throughout the draft at infield. And then there's also a lot of late round flyers on infielders that we like. So it feels like there's a lot of ways to fill it up. Whereas outfield gets ugly so fast. But this could line us up to take one outfielder here and then maybe Adele in these rounds. And that'll give us 4 solid outfielders. So there goes Sale at 42. Webb at 43. Those are both like around early. It's interesting. These 2 infielders would be tough to pass up at 47. There goes Ward. But so would Brown. So there's going to be some value here. Gonna have some options. There goes Jazz. Brown. I do want to be a little bit more flexible. Do we try Lindor? This is a $1 practice. Yeah, we'll try Lindor. See how it feels, but generally I don't like getting my second infielder this early, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we can still get another outfielder here. Don't really want to reach for Fried. I have a ton of him. He's one of my favorite picks, but I don't need to reach for him 8 picks here. We'll just see what pitcher falls back to us. Well, I will say in general, I do like to get my first pitcher here. And now that Hunter Green is out, you don't really get one from that tier at 71. But so Harper, Betts, Yelich. Pitchers would be Fried. We're just going to go with Yelich. So got that third outfielder. It takes a lot of pressure off. And we do have the second infielder, so it'll have to be a really good infielder pick for us to take one in these next 2 rounds. But most likely we're going to be going pitcher outfielder. So Suzuki goes at 53. My expectation with Suzuki, I don't know. To me, it feels like they're kind of trying to rush him back, which I would certainly not do. I think he should start the year on the IL, take it a little slower. My guess is maybe he misses like 2 to 4 weeks of regular season. but we'll see. We did a little deeper dive on his injury yesterday. If you guys want to check that out, asking AI about it and stuff. All right, anything interesting here? Nito a little early. I think this guy's whole team has been a little early, so probably nothing to read into there. If I didn't have a lot of Suzuki, I wonder where I would take him. Definitely after Teoscar, I think. Actually, I think that is where I said I would take him after that Yelich, Ward, Teoscar tier. I think that feels kind of right for Suzuki. The interesting thing about taking him now, especially in the big draft, that's almost like 80% full. You're gonna have such a unique team if he ends up being healthy. If you get him, a round or two later than everybody else. It's pretty interesting, but I just have too much of him already. I don't want to double down on him. So let's see, Bichette at 63, Perdomo 61. Perdomo's been falling a bit, but his ADP doesn't really reflect that. I think we got him at like 71 yesterday. So not a lot of pitchers being drafted here. I guess these two went around early. So let's see who's left. So I'd be really excited to get Raggins or Gilbert back. But we'll take DeGrom if he's all that's left. You guys know I love Adele. So we'll see who's available. Might take Adele with maybe go pitcher first pick, Adele on the way back. If these two pitchers are gone, we can maybe go like Nimmo first. I'm not really targeting Caglione here anymore. This is too expensive for me. We attacked him pretty hard when his hype started at pick like 110. So I got my shares in there. So do we get Gilbert here? That would be nice. Sweet. Alright, so we'll take Gilbert here. That's really exciting. He's very solid SP1 at 5 picks of value. But you can see why I don't want to fill up my infield too early, because probably going to have to pass on the Vinny P value here. Let's hope Adele doesn't get taken here. This guy has 3 outfielders already. Could take another. Come on. Sweet. Alright, so we get Adele here, one of our favorite picks this year. Hell yeah. Alright, so I like that start. So it doesn't feel too bad going to infielders here, but I don't think Gilbert will fall to 71 very often. So this will usually be like DeGrom, I think. But I like how we filled out the outfield here with Yelich and Adele for the 4th spot. That feels pretty good. So there goes Caglione at 76. DeGrom went 75. Hap 67. It's a little early for Hap. This is the same guy. Marcy at 62. Wow. This guy's going with the Miami stack here. Alright, there goes Framber. I I'm very excited for opening day. Already took the day off work. I'm a little curious when this big contest is gonna fill here. There's 7,000 entries left. That's what, like a fifth? Oh man, I'm wondering if it fills up over the weekend. I feel like it starts to fill in a little faster towards the end. So I might have to do a couple extra drafts this weekend. On that note, though, I think I need to slow down on probably these two guys, Freed and Langford. They're my favorite targets, but we're at the point in the drafting season where I've got a lot of teams with those two, so I can probably split it up a little bit. I'm going to try not to reach for them today. I need you guys to hold me accountable to that, because I get FOMO as soon as they're on the board. Alright, so we are 1, 2, 4 here. Do not need to go outfield here. It doesn't look like there's really any value or anything, so that is good. I like getting my third infield starter. Right around the top 100 feels right. Looks like there might be some value here. Bush, Turang, Rice. I like all those. So this is a Judge team, so Rice would make sense. We don't have to go pitcher, but I'd be okay with Kirby on the way back. And maybe we take him on the way this way, because this guy only has one pitcher and 3 infielders, and we like all 3 of these infielders, so let's do our pitcher first. I like Kirby more than these other guys, so I think that feels right. Let's do it. So, that was 14 picks of value we passed up there, but I think for that reason I would go Bush over Rice here. I know it's a stack, but I like to get my stacks a little later. I don't like to change up my strategy too much for stacks. Especially in baseball. I mean, I get it in football. You definitely want to stack in football. So I guess we just go Bush here. I like Turang as well. I just think the 14 pick value on Bush, like that in of itself, is unique. You know, just like a stack is a way to get yourself like extra value, but there won't be a lot of teams that get Bush at pick 98. So that will fill up the infield here. Love getting my third starter here in the top 100. Gives us a little bit more flexibility in the middle rounds, where we really like to hammer pitching. Okay, but I could see Ben Rice being the pick there. It's not like Rice and Bush are that different. What does Underdog have, I wonder, for those two? Rice, 82. Yeah, Underdog has Rice just straight up ahead of Bush. And I mean, I kind of see them as pretty equal. So maybe Rice is a better pick there, but I do think it will be a little unique to get Bush that late. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. We're gonna be picks 119, 122. Anything interesting happening here? Yuri's up to 101. We've already got a lot of Yuri, which is good because his price is starting to rise. Same with Schlittler. Garcia up to 91. This is the same guy? I keep looking at this guy's team. He's just drafting everybody 1 round early. That's pretty unique right there, getting Turang and Rice at like a ton of value. And he only had 2 infielders? Yeah, that's nice. It just seems like you're always able to find some infield value if you're patient enough. Let's look at those two. I'm still thinking about that Bush versus Rice. I did see that note for Bush. I hadn't seen that. Oh, that's old. Never mind. I thought this was a new note. Suggested that Bush won't be deployed in a platoon to open the season. Has earned the right to play regularly versus left-handed pitchers. Let's look at their projections. '28. I've been going Rice over like Bregman, but I don't think I've taken him much over Bush. Alright, so Rice projected here for anywhere from like 25 to 27 homers, 240, 4 steals. We got Bush about the same average, about the same steals, a couple more homers. I mean, they're so similar. What's the walk rates here? So Bush strikes out a little bit more. Looks like it's our pick here. Alright, so we're 2, 3, 4. I'm cool with drafting Butler again now that he is at least getting some action. I do like Glass now as well, though. This guy probably goes... We'll just take Butler, I suppose. And then we'll start attacking pitching here. Could take Wilson with the A stack. How's he doing in spring training? '63 WRC plus. Yeesh. So we did take Glass now. Do I do it? So Bubba Chandler's one of my favorite picks this year. I've been reaching for him like crazy. I wouldn't take him over Glass now, but man, now that Burns is looking a little more questionable, I think we just go for it. Hell yeah. Alright. We're still reaching for Bubba Chandler. I don't care. So got our third pitcher there. So looking pretty strong here. We already have our fifth outfielder. So we can pretty much wait till towards the end of the draft to get our last one. Wonder how high Bubba's price will rise. Is that 129? I think it was at like 136 about a week ago. There goes Castillo. Same guy. Burns. Anything else fancy here? Not really. Quan fell to 117. Yandy went a little early. So this is the area that I like to really hammer pitching. Really like all of these guys. So I generally try to get as many as I can. Assuming our hitting allows for that. So for sure our outfield does with 5 outfielders. We won't want to wait too late for our 4th infielder though. And I do wonder if maybe I should have gone Jacob Wilson there. We did already have 2 pitchers. We'll probably get 2 more here. Unless there's like a crazy infield value. But that usually doesn't really happen. Like, I'm not like too excited about getting Altuve at value. He falls a lot. I do like torque. But I just like these pitchers so much more. They feel so valuable in this contest, just the way the format is. Where 2-star weeks are super valuable. Like, there's no reason King can't outscore Skubal if he has 2 starts and Skubal has 1. So I just like getting a lot of solid pitchers who all have, honestly, these guys all have strikeout upside. Goes Bybee a little early. Same guy. Cabrera at 137, Lodolo 133. Wilson's been falling as well. And I've already drafted him quite a bit. Alright, so doesn't look like any hitters dropping too much, so we're just going to go with our 2 pitchers here. My favorites here are King, Imai, PPO. Horton had that really nice start the other day. I'll try to keep drafting them kind of in order to help me not go overboard on any one of them. So we'll just take King here. I do like Robbie Ray the least, but I don't know if that's stupid. He's probably pretty safe pitching in San Francisco. I just prefer the upside guys here. Goes Imai. It's a shame. But I do like these 2 guys as well. This wouldn't be a bad spot to take Ray. 10 picks past ADP. I don't know, I'm just so upside. I'm only drafting for upside. And we kind of know what Ray is, right? I doubt he finds like a 2nd tier. Goes PPO. We'll take Horton. So that whole tier is gone, kind of as we expected, projected. And so now I feel a little better about taking Chandler. And we'll see what infield values fall, if any. But we'll definitely want to get our 4th infielder next time around. But I really like these guys. I like this tier as well. And a lot of them might not make it back to us. But also a lot of drafts, we get 1 or 2 of these guys, so. Let's hope one of these falls. Damn, Stewart's up to 160. That's crazy. We were drafting him as much as we could. I picked 200 plus. But I think I've taken him maybe once at like 170. Let's watch the board here. But let's hope these people don't take too many infielders, is what we're rooting for here. Alright, that's good to see. Ozuna. Is that a little late? Yeah, he fell around. Goes Snell. Is Cruz still after like a horrible start in spring training? Oh, and wow. We looked at someone yesterday with a WRC plus of 2, and that was the lowest I'd ever seen. But now I learned you can go negative. Alright, thanks Dylan Cruz. Didn't know that. So, makes sense why he's falling. I drafted him a decent amount early. Not that much, though. Also, I mean, you can miss a pick in this range and still be fine. It's really like the Suzuki injury that kills you. So there goes Stewart, Pena, Okamoto. Getting light here, come on. If Tigger Poops takes an infielder, he has one outfielder. Come on, outfield. So there goes Okamoto, McLean, 2 more options. There's still 3 guys I like here. And Barger as well. Did anyone see an update on Sheehan? I saw his velocity dropped at the end of his start. I don't see an update. Made me a little nervous. I just kind of want to wait, see if they there's a report on that. But so we'll go infield here. Maybe we double tap infield. Damn, I really like Murakami. But I think we'll go with ADP here. Contreras. That's a stack with Yelich as well. So that works out nicely. And honestly, if Murakami falls, we'll take him too. Or we'll take the brothers. This guy has 4 infielders. What else could we do? I don't really need an outfielder yet. We do like Doyle, but I don't really need him here. So it's infielder or pitcher. I do like Sheehan. But we got a lot of him when he was going pick 200 plus. Also kind of want to draft Imanaga today. But I think since we waited so long for infield, let's just take 2 here. These guys are that tier that I like. Damn, he did take Murakami. Alright, Contreras or Barger? We don't have a stack of either, do we? No. Guess we'll just go Contreras. He goes around earlier. I like Barger, but I have a lot of them. So we'll take the value from Contreras. Okay. So infield ended up rounding out pretty nicely. What build would you guys go here? Would you go 8 pitchers or 7? Personally, my favorite build is 8 pitchers, just because of what we talked about earlier. Now the drafts I'm okay going 7 is when we do wait on infield to get that 4th one. However, we ended up getting 2 values here. So I think that makes it so 8 pitchers is still in play. Probably depending on who falls back to us. But now's probably a good time to tag my stack players. Been getting lazy doing this, or not doing this, and kind of regretting it. So I want to get back to doing this. We got some Cubs, Yankees, Astros, Milwaukee, Los Angeles. Who did I miss there? Milwaukee, Boston. Where the hell are the A's? Am I... Alright, I don't know what I'm missing there. We will look at that in a sec. Alright, so Polanco. This would be a nice bench team as our 6th outfielder. I wouldn't mind Dominguez as well. This is a team where we can take a little bit of a riskier outfield since we did get that 5th one. Although it is Butler and he's a little risky. But Benj or Dominguez feel good on this team. We like Walker. That's right, these are stacks, so I should be aggressive with tagging them here. Maybe Cam Smith. Maybe Swanson. Maybe Paredes. Simeon. Shaw. Shaw's an interesting one. Durbin. Got the positive news today. Ballesteros. Let me know if I missed any there. Okay, so kind of want to take some Senga here. Walker went. I kind of want to mix in McGonigal too. Damn, this is gonna be a tough one. I think we wait on pitcher. Is it too early for bench? Maybe. Let's just take McGonigal. Fuck it. And then we will go. I don't think Benj will make it back to us. Kind of want to start mixing him in. But I do like Hauser as well. Goes back. That's our next pick. 215. Yeah, outfield's gonna be real ugly on the way back. Wouldn't mind Senga here though. We have 5 pitchers. I think we'll go bench. I want to start mixing him in now. Let's look at his spring training. .165 WRC plus this spring. Only a 14% K rate. Pretty impressive stuff here. No homers. I thought he did homer. That's not great. But who knows? So we did go with the 2 rookies here. I was kind of thinking this pick. This might put us back into 7 infielder territory. So hard to tell here. Let's look at our infield. Go over here. So Caminero, Lindor are locked in studs. So we really are only worried about that 3rd spot. And we have Bush and both Contrerases and McGonigal. I think that's fine. Like I said earlier, like if we didn't get the value on the Contrerases, then we'd probably want to go 7 infielders. But having both of them as your, 4th and 5th infielder, I think that feels okay. So maybe we can go 8 pitchers here. I think that's probably the play. If I would have gone like Imanaga, a round instead of, where was he? Yeah, if I would have had like Imanaga, Nola, Baz over one of the Contrerases, then we'd go 7 pitchers, but I think this is an 8 pitcher build, so let's stick with it and let's queue up some pitchers. It sucks because I want to draft Shaw and Durbin, and it's just so hard to fit them all in. Alright, so some dart throw pitchers I like. Let me know if I'm missing any that you guys like. But Cavalli, Weathers, saw Burrows already went. Ponce. Ashcraft. Kind of like Cameron, but I haven't been drafting him much. I've seen some hype on Harrison. Why? He's day-to-day now? That's not good. Oh, just a blister. He's on the Brewers now? Who else? I saw Will Warren getting some hype. Ryan Nelson had a nice start. I think that's about it for me. So let's see. I've been trying to like stack pitching teams here at the end to try to spread out what pitchers I'm drafting. So we have Cubs, Padres, nothing there. So I guess that'd be Ashcraft first. I have a ton of him already though. So maybe we'll go Savali into Ashcraft. Now that Savali's ADP has risen a little bit, it might be a little harder to get him. That was the case with Weathers for a while, but I've seen him start to fall again. So he had this really bad outing. But honestly, like, this is such a crapshoot here. So we'll take our second to last pitcher here, and then we'll queue up for the main event here. What's this guy doing? 5.75. I'm kind of wondering, like, how different is McGonagall from Connor Griffin? That feels like they're in like the same situation. I mean, I guess Connor Griffin might be slightly more likely to start the season up. Something like that. But we'll look at that in a sec here. Let's join the main event here. Trying to win $200,000, $20 entry fee, $200,000 to first. All right. So got a little bit of time here. We'll look at our exposure and the contest details. But the reason there's a $200,000 payout to first place is it's extremely damn hard. But the way this contest works is you basically have a standard fantasy season, and then the top 2 teams from your league will advance to the fantasy playoffs, where you get grouped with 11 other season winners in a playoff 2-week playoff, and the top 1 advances. Do it again. Top 1 advances to the final and to the championship week, where these payouts occur with, what, 50 people? Damn, did that draft already filled up? No. Okay. But yeah, so that's why the payout is so high, but you can see it's heavily weighted to first. So your most likely outcome is you're going to lose some money and have a long shot at winning some big money. But this is what we're going for. That's why we have to draft for upside. And let's look at our exposure here. Really, these colors are... I mean, it's actually good that they're all looking similar, because I'm trying not to fade anybody too much in the first 2 rounds. What the hell is going on here? So I'm really hoping for a top 4 pick, maybe top 5 now that Witt's kind of getting down there. 8% is average. But you can see I've just gotten unlucky getting the first and third pick. I'm not fading these guys. I just never get this pick. And I get picks 7 through 10 like all the damn time. So we will be hoping for a top 5 pick. Let's see. Still need 3 more people. And in the second round here, I guess I'm kind of fading Kurtz and Cal. I mean, the numbers don't lie here. But I feel like I haven't passed on them that much. I think I was reaching for Churio kind of early, and now his ADP has risen. Got some Jordan, got some Vlad over the last couple days. Probably gonna regret this. I mean, it doesn't make sense to fade someone like as consistent as Alonso. So we'll see if we can't mix some of these guys in today. The pitchers here is kind of an intentional fade. I'm just not taking them at ADP. I'll take them if they fall a pick or two, but that's more of not a player take, more of a take on the draft overall. I just find it so much easier to build your team with hitters in the first 2 rounds. But you can see with Scubal, we've almost gotten up to average. And I think Skeens were over average. And that's just been taking them when they dropped us. So I feel like that's been a good strategy. Just hasn't really happened with Crochet for whatever reason. So it looks like we'll get Ponce or Warren here. Come on, 10 and 12. One more. Come on, top 5, baby. Alright, looks like we get Cody Ponce here. Kind of put myself in a tough spot with this exposure here because I'm trying to get Caminero and Alonso. They're like right next to each other, both infielders. So it's going to be hard to get them both up, but I'll try to draft based on ADP, maybe a little bit more in the first 3 rounds as we close out the year. Alright, looks like the draft has started. Let's hope for a top 5 here. Okay, it doesn't. The stupid green box always tricks me. No way. Be curious where your guys' favorite drafting spots are. I do like top 4. These guys are such studs. And I don't mind the end. It's just the middle here that's a little rough. I mean, like, these picks were kind of okay when Suzuki, you could get Suzuki in the 4th round. But now that he's gone, it's a tough pick. Alright, come on, guys. Need one more person. Buxton's another one who I'm not really fading. He just never falls to me. Same with the Rosarina. We do like Merrill, obviously, a lot. It's kind of cool that these guys all ended up so close because I really was just taking them in ADP order, and I do like them as a tier. I'll be drafting Sale and Webb over Freed today, I think. Gotta even that exposure out a little bit. But I kind of liked my drafting strategy. I wasn't really sure if I was gonna, like, wait till the end of the year to target my guys, but I've been targeting my guys, reaching for Langford, Freed, Merrill, Churio. And now I kind of feel like I have a nice base of good teams that I like with those guys. So now I think I'm ready to kind of spread my exposure out a little bit. At least in the first 4 rounds. But here we go. Sweet, another 2. Hell yeah. It's back-to-back 2s, so looks like another Judge team. It's kind of nice we just practice from here as well. So maybe it'd be a good time to look back here. Probably going to have the same decision here. Jordan or Rooker. Jordan's so unexciting. I don't know why. I think it's... But, like, you have to remember, when he was a prospect, he was, like, one of the best hitters we've ever seen. He's just been injured year after year. But it's almost certainly going to come down to Jordan or Rooker. He only got 48 games in last year. I guess the year before that was 147, 35 homers. This is, I mean, look at these nasty years. How old is he now? He's not even 30. I mean, if he's healthy, he's like a sure thing. I also just love drafting A's this year. Damn, Rooker has 4 spring training homers. That ballpark is ridiculous. What does Underdog have, I wonder? I think they have, I forget, 13.5. So they do have Rooker higher. I'm kind of trying to talk myself into him, I think. But let's make sure we're getting Judge here. It's not a lock. I've seen some people go Judge 1. But I feel like that only makes sense if you're just doing like a few drafts. But if you're drafting in bulk, like if you're taking Judge 1, then so you're just full fading Ohtani. It's an interesting strategy. This guy's a Mets fan. I'm gonna go Soto. Nope, Ohtani. Alright, so we could Judge. Love it. Wanted more Judge teams. So here we go. Let's start thinking about 23 and 26. The other thing is, could also go with like an infielder here, like Alonso or Gunner, and then just see who's available at 26. Could go like Cam Monero, PCA, something like that. I wouldn't hate that. But I've been fading PCA, so to like go out of my way to draft him. Whereas like Underdog, he's ADP of 28 versus Jordan is like 16. I don't think I can really justify that. Maybe an exciting infielder will fall. Like I think we saw Vlad fall this far once. Probably not though. I guess because of this, I should probably still go Jordan. It's like I know what I should do, but I like taking the sexier pick with the Rooker. Rooker, look at that, 22% strikeout rate last year, impressive. Alright. So anything fancy happening here? Not really. Carroll's up to 10. I think that makes sense. I think I'd probably put him right around Tatis. Maybe I'd go right after Tatis. Jury up to 13. I'm glad we drafted him aggressive early. There goes Ellie, Jose. Looks like Jose's price hasn't really fallen too much. Looks like he's going to be healthy. I wouldn't mind seeing him play a game, though, before I draft him at ADP. Goes Kurtz at 16. Oh, goes Jordan. So there goes that decision. Okay. This could be interesting now. Goes Vlad. Raleigh. Got the Seattle stack there. Okay, Wood. That's a little bit of a reach. Just a little bit, but he was going to be in play for us. There goes Ruker, so it's either going to be... oh, man. Should this be my first Crochet team? Probably. That's exactly how I said I wanted to be drafting them. I mean, we could go infield, outfield here. Goes Gunner. I mean, I love Roman Anthony. I kind of want Crochet here. I probably shouldn't, though. This would have to be outfield. What other outfielders? PCA, Langford. Alright, we'll just go Roman Anthony. So now we're back on track with our outfield here. Here goes Caminero. Kind of wanted him. Interesting. All right, we'll take Crochet here. So I'm glad we did that. All right, I like that. Probably should have clicked on that dot, huh? Okay, we're good. Alright, so that's like my first big Crochet share, but that's exactly how I want to be taking the guys I'm not targeting. So when they fall, 8 picks. But this will be a pretty unique build for me, because I rarely go pitcher there. So I would definitely want to get an anchor infielder here, and most likely an outfielder. So... but that lines up pretty good because there's usually a ton of infielders here. From Harper to Betts to Freeman. And then we can get one of the outfielders in the Ward, Yelich, Teoscar tier. Yeah, I'm excited to get Crochet there. Feels good. You can see my exposure. Yeah, so... love to see that. Alright, it'll be interesting to see where Suzuki goes. But I think his ADP is already updated. What is it now? 51.8. So we're over here. Here goes the outfield run. This is kind of what I expected. Especially when Suzuki went out. I feel like these guys just all got more valuable. But it hasn't really happened yet. People still mix in some infielders. So this would be the end of that tier for me. I mean, there's an ADP gap. It's not like it's a bold take there. So any interesting starts you guys are seeing here? Any starts that you like? Let's see. Schwarber, Vlad, Duran. This guy went full Seattle stack. I honestly don't love doing that. Not this early. Like, what are the odds that these three guys are like the best player in the first, second, and third round? I don't know. I just don't see it. I like stacking late. It's not like this is the A's or something. This is like a, not a great ballpark for hitting. So there goes Yelich at 37. That's interesting. Was that over? Okay. See, like, that doesn't surprise me that much now. I was kind of thinking Ward would creep up into that tier. He got the Milwaukee stack. It's pretty interesting, but yeah. So now we have the infield run, which makes sense. I mean, at this point, I'm hoping for Ward to come back, but I'm not against taking Teoscar. Olsen would be cool. Lindor, it's probably the more exciting two, but we're okay with Freeman, Harper, Betts. Is this a draft where people are going to be fading pitching? I don't think I could pass the Sanchez at 47, could I? Let's see what happens. There goes Ward, so Teoscar's the last outfield in that tier. Wow, so Sanchez is still on the board. This guy take him? Both of the exciting infielders went. I'm okay with Freeman, but it's not super exciting. Okay, so there goes Sanchez. Probably saves us from ourselves. Because drafting another pitcher already will put us in a little tight spot. But for me, I'm okay reaching for Teoscar here. Outfield's going to dry up a lot. There's still several infielders we like here. We could even stack Betts with Teoscar as he takes Betts. He takes Betts. So we'll just take Harper, I think. It's our first infield. Yeah, we have to go infield. Would have preferred Betts to go with Teoscar, but it is what it is. Yep, happy with that. Okay. So now we're kind of back on track here. I usually have one pitcher after, what is this, round 5, so should kind of line up the rest of the way. Trying to think if I would have done anything different there. It's hard to say if this guy would have went Teoscar or not. So I could have went like Freeman, Teoscar. He did go 2 Dodgers, so, and he needs an outfielder. That's the main reason I went Teoscar first, right? He only has 1 outfielder. But would have preferred like one of those 2 Dodgers with Teoscar. But I don't have a lot of Harper, so it fits nicely. Alright. What else happened here? So Suzuki went up 53. Seems like he's settling in there. Which is kind of what I said. I think he kind of fits in after the Teoscar tier. So we're a little light on infield at this point. We'll definitely be hoping for some value to fall to us at 71, 74. That is a spot where they fall from time to time. And I will consider any of the pitchers from this tier. Might even consider McLean here. Maybe DeGrom. But really, we're hoping for some infielders to fall as two go off the board right there. So Vinny P went at 61. This guy took two pitchers with another. And you know Adele is always an option for fourth outfielder here. In fact, that's going to be my preferred pick, I think, at 74. But I won't take him over Trout. I might take him over Nemo. We'll see. So there goes Perdomo, Nito. Not great for us. We're hoping for some infield value. Sometimes those guys fall. So not ideal, but we want to be patient still. We've done a lot of these drafts, and there's so many good infielders that usually you eventually find some value. Still two exciting pitchers here that I would take. Yeah, the infield got picked up pretty good here. So we can be patient. We got our anchor with Harper. We just take Trout, I guess. I do want to get my fourth outfielder here, either Trout or Adele. This guy has no pitchers, so I don't want to leave him both of them. And there's two outfielders I like. Yeah, now there's only one pitcher I like. I'm not dying to go Trout over Adele, so I think we just go Raggins. What are my other options? Like Naylor, Seager, Could try to swing two outfielders here. I don't want to do that, really. Just go Raggins. This guy needs both. Fuck. Is he going to go Adele and Trout? Oh my god, that's like the worst possible scenario for me. Well, I guess we should have gone outfield, but I don't mind Hap. It's fine. Could also consider Naylor, but I like filling up the outfield. Let me think about that. Could I have predicted that? I don't think so. I mean, he only had one outfielder. I mean, this guy has been stacking. I just didn't see that coming. But Hap's a fine pick. I'm not going to cry about it. We got a lot of Adele already. Oops. Wonder what, like, I know Hap on Underdog is like pick 40 or something. Hap. Which I know hitters go way higher on Underdog because they have to play a util spot. But I like to use it to compare like position players. So over on Underdog, Hap goes 40 picks before Adele. It's crazy. Here's the scoring differences. It's really not that different. I guess Hap is going to hit more doubles than Adele, probably walk more. But, yeah. That's okay. It still feels really good to get their fourth outfielder there. I find I fall behind on outfield pretty quickly. So now you can see guys like Varsho going 14 picks early, Harris 11 picks early. And maybe the infield value will be this round. We can only hope. So would love for any of these guys to fall. So we're hoping people pass on infield here. All right, there goes an infielder. Can we get Bush to follow us again? That would go with Happ pretty nicely. Or Rice with Judge this time. So, need people to pass on infield. This guy has 3 already. Alright. This guy has 0. This guy has 1. Kirby goes. It's good. We can definitely wait on pitcher with Crochet and Raggins. Okay, that's good. This guy probably goes infield. Okay. This guy only has 1. What are we doing here? Do we get Bush? Alright, so we do. So I'm thinking this guy here already has 4 infielders, so hopefully he doesn't take one. But we'll take Bush here. And I'm going to hope for Rice on the way back. I know Bregman is another Cub, but we have Judge. So this is also a stack. And I've been drafting Rice over Bregman. He just feels a little bit more exciting when we're drafting for upside. So there goes Yuri and Pajes. So cool. I think that filled out the infield really nicely here. That's why we like to wait on infield. And we'll go Rice over Bregman. All right. So we got our starting infield, Harper, Bush, and Rice. We won't want to wait too long to get our 4th, but I like to really hammer pitching here through the middle rounds. So we'll see what happens. Okay, let's watch the board here. Anything interesting you guys are seeing here? Not really. It was a pretty big pitcher run, but I'm not worried about that. Got a lot of guys we like here. And we already have 2 stud pitchers, so honestly this team's looking really strong. Maybe we can mix in one of the Boston outfielders as our 5th outfield. And maybe we can get Durbin late as well. Also got the Cubby stack, so Shaw's on the board. Goes Bregman at 105. Wonder if he's falling because of his poor performance. I don't think I'm too worried about that, honestly. How old is Briggs? I know he's getting up there. $31. I mean, that's not too bad yet. This is, still has really good bat to ball skills here, or good eye. I said should say homer. So Carpenter at 110. Quan at 112. Butler went 102. Wanted to keep an eye on him. He did get a start in at DH. I think he's supposed to start in the outfield on Thursday. I think once he gets through a game or 2, it's kind of all systems go for him. But now that there's only 7 days left to draft. But let's look at what's available here. Definitely interested in a pitcher here. Would love Schlittler to fall. I still like Glasnow. Could maybe take Burns. I kind of want to see if he falls, though. I might reach for Bubba Chandler again. Here goes Burns. Saves us from ourselves. And we do need that fourth infielder. Which I think we might do the same thing and wait again. But I could see taking Wilson. I really like the Schlittler value here. He has looked like an absolute stud in spring training, and we get 9 picks of value here. Hell yeah. And then do we go Glasnow? I mean, Grisham's a stack with Judge. I think it's a little early to go 5th outfielder. Oh, this guy has been watching the stream. He's been one of the 5 people. He takes Bubba Chandler from us. So it's going to be Glasnow or Grisham for me. I guess we'll go Glasnow. I could see Grisham there, though. This guy's saving me from myself. Love to see it. We've been heavily targeting Bubba Chandler. But, okay, let's see here. I think, like, maybe outfield, maybe that was the better pick there. I say that because normally I try to get as many pitchers in these rounds as I can, so I don't really want to go outfield here. But now that I look at it, I think it's fine. We can try to get one of the Red Sox outfielders here, and then go pitching with the other pick. What pick are we? 143. Where's Imai at 126? Grisham's still on the board. I haven't drafted him much this year. Seems like a dumb person to fade, like based on the fact that he's leading off for the Yankees and he hit how many homers last year? 34 homers last year, hitting leadoff for the Yankees. It's been off to a rough start in spring. Yeah, I guess we just don't know if that was a fluky year or not. But most of it seems pretty legit. How bad were his splits? It says he's gonna platoon. Honestly, they're not that bad. So maybe Grisham was the pick there. We'll see what happens. Goes Cade Horton at 134, Lodolo at 132. So this is that tier of pitching that I really like. It's interesting to see it get moved up the board here. Maybe that means the Glasnow pick is looking better. Wow. I mean, yeah, that tier is almost gone. This is kind of the end of it for me. We still need our 4th infielder. Let's see, the guy at the corner, it's a pretty balanced team, so he could go any direction. Not going to get much info there. Definitely want one pitcher here. Preferably PPO. Shit, I kind of wanted Abreu here. Yeah, there go all the outfielders. But maybe we'll reach on Rafaela. Or do we take like our first bench infielder? I like Torque at 7 picks of value. We'll start with PPO here, but let's think about this. I think we go outfield. This is our 5th, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think we just go outfield. It gets too ugly after this. I like Doyle, but he might not make it back. We kind of said we wanted to get one of the Red Sox outfielders to pair with Roman Anthony. It's a little bit of a reach, but it's fine. Alright, so we're still behind at infield, but we will hope some value drops to us. There's still a lot of guys that we like. And usually at least 1 or 2 of them falls. There's still some cheap ones on the board here. So let's just hope people pass on infield here. And maybe this will be a 7 infielder team, especially because we got the 2 aces. Yeah, that seems right. Probably a 7-7-6 build. Goes Stewart, Pena. Stewart at 150, wow. Anything else fancy going on here? Not really, just that tier of pitching went really early. See, if I would have went Grisham, we would have ended up with PPO and I guess Bybee. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, nothing too... Bubic? 153. Okay, that's his ADP. Snell at 154. Looks like his fall has kind of slowed down. There are a few drafts where we're seeing him in like the 180s, 190. But I've kind of said I feel like he belongs after that tier we were talking about. I'd take him like after Bybee maybe. Man, so we still need 2 more pitchers. I'd like to get at least one of these guys, which I consider like a step above the dart throw tier. So hopefully we get one of those, and then one dart throw pitcher. But really like these infielders. Just need 1 or 2 of them to drop to us. So let's cheer for that. Torque went on 155. Montgomery 157. There's 2 values. There's Okamoto. That kind of sucks. So this guy went 2 infielders. Only has 3 outfielders. That one hurts, I think. Friedel. Flaherty. Okay, Doyle. Kind of assumed he wasn't going to make it back to us. I'd say Doyle's like the last guy who I'm cool with having as my 5th outfielder. Otherwise, it gets pretty scary. But I think Frelick is an okay floor play. DeLauder's been rising up the board. But he's still a rookie, so big question mark. There goes an infielder. Ooh, can we get Murakami back? Come on. These guys both have 3 infielders. Okay, 2 more. Is he gonna be here? The guy in the turn has 6 infielders, so it's good to know. Come on. Don't do it. Alright. Alright, sweet. Okay. I was gonna consider Bybee because he was at the end of that tier for me, but hell yeah, we get Murakami here. That is awesome. Gonna take him over Altuve, I think. But maybe we'll take Altuve on the way back. Oh, there goes Benj at 116. Oh, that's the Mets fan. You knew it was gonna happen. So I think we just take the value with Altuve here. It's 35 pick value. It's not like he's a target of ours, but this is the perfect time to draft your non-targets when they fall a bunch and you have a need at that position. Let's do it. But honestly, like Barger, it's probably more exciting. But where does... Oh, they have him as an outfielder. How old is Altuve these days? Like 35, 36, 35? He's got the old -4 in spring training. Great to see. He's probably a good floor pick, though. I mean, I'm not drafting him at ADP, so it's fine. So we're at 555 now. I don't think that changes my build at all. I think we're still going to go 776. So there goes Polanco, 171. Oh, that makes sense. Who was the other infielder there? Oh, Barger. Yeah. Nico is the Cubs stack. In fact, I should probably tag my stacks right now. So we like to stack late. So let's tag some stacks. We got Phillies, so Stott could be an option. We got Cubs, so Shaw could be an option. One thing I like about Shaw is he's going to be so lightly owned. Like, there wasn't really any hype around him. It kind of picked up just when the Suzuki injury happened. But having said that, I think I just like Durbin more, maybe. Boston and Houston. Already at Boston. Alright. So let me know if you guys like any of these guys I'm not tagging here, but these are my stacked players here. So I like Christian Walker. Swanson would be fine as like another floor play. I like Paredes. I just don't know. It seems so crowded in Houston. Shaw will consider. Stott will consider. Durbin will consider. And we still need one more outfield. Can consider Dominguez. Cam Smith. Am I missing anyone here? I don't think so. I guess Muncie's an option. Correa doesn't seem very exciting. Just tag Ballesteros. Okay, so where are we at here? So we only need one more outfielder. Let's take a look at what's left. I don't have to get Dominguez here. But there's not a lot of other guys that are very exciting. Not that Dominguez is that exciting. But it gets really ugly down here. So I guess he could be an option. 9 picks early. I don't love it. Obviously, I would go Barger if he falls. I don't think he will. This could be a nice McGonigal team. We want some upside, and we're probably going to go 7. Imanaga is the end of a tier for me, so that would be a good pick. I don't mind Senga. He flashed some velocity the other day. This will be a tough one between Barger and Imanaga for me. This guy only has 3 pitchers, so if I'm trying to get both, I should go Imanaga first. Let's see, are they both going to be available? I'm going to be mad if I miss out on Barger, though. Okay, well, there goes Imanaga. I mean, we'll just take Barger here. That's a nice value on a player we like. At a position we need. I mean, that's such a good value that might change my build, but we'll see. Was not expecting to get him back. I do like Walker. What about McGonigal, though? Go Senga. So we won't go pitcher here. I think we just take another infield. And, oh, that would be the 7th already. Damn. These pitchers are all about the same to me. If this was 6th, I would definitely take infield. We'll just take Dominguez here. I haven't taken him a lot yet. It's a Judge stack. We also have Rice. Our outfield's pretty deep, so we can afford him being in the minors for a while. And there's not a lot of other outfielders we like. Not that we really like him, but... Yeah, I was kind of thinking that was my 5th infielder. But maybe McGonigal did make sense there as the 7th. Let's look at Mr. Dominguez here. He's had a hot spring training, but I guess the real question is going to be playing time, right? The thing is, we do have Stanton in there, who is already banged up. I mean, he's playing through it, but he said he can't open a bag of chips. Doesn't seem great. So maybe that's how he gets up. Yeah, I think I would have preferred McGonigal there. I was kind of thinking, I mean, it's so hard. You only have, what, 30 seconds, right? But I was thinking that we still wanted, Durbin as the 7th. But I don't need to have Durbin as the 7th. That was just, an option, you know. Whereas McGonagall is much more exciting. But I think it's fine. The thing about these rookies is like they can have a very successful first year, but still not be like a fantasy stud. You know what I mean? Where you like regret missing out on him. There's like a big gap there from being like you had to draft him versus like, yeah, McGonagall had a successful rookie year. So also I hate all these other outfielders. And they already took a couple of late ones that we like with the Lauder, Kowser. Kowser at 162, wow. Is that a stack or something? Not really. Alright, so let's regroup here. So for sure, 2 more pitchers. And maybe 1 infielder. Maybe we're back to 3 more pitchers. Honestly, I was not expecting to get Barger at 191. But that's what we talk about when we said earlier that there's almost always infield value at some point. You don't really know when it's going to come, but we got 11 picks here, 35 picks here. I can't do math. 18 picks here, so we could call it there at infield, is what I'm trying to say. So let's go pitchers here then. I noticed a lot of the dart throw ones that we like were coming off the board. Let me know if there are pitchers here that you guys like that I'm not tagging. Let's get rid of. Like Ponce. Like Ashcraft. I've seen some hype around Warren. Ryan Nelson had a nice start the other day. Doesn't seem as exciting though, honestly. I think that's about it for me. Not super excited about Cantillo anymore. I saw River Ryan was dealing, but I feel like he's probably a year out. Wouldn't mind going Weathers. I said earlier, it's kind of hard for me to pick between these guys, so I'm going to try to kind of stack pitching staff. So since we have Schlittler, let's see, we got the Rays, Dodgers. Yeah, we'll just go 2 pitchers here. Weathers is fine. I know we had the rough start, but to me, this tier is all dart throws. And I think I like Ashcraft the most next. This guy's stolen one of my picks already, though. Let's see if he steals another. Bello. And Will Warren. Warren could have been interesting to go full Yankees pitching staff. But we'll probably just go Ashcraft here. Let me see if I missed anybody. We'll go Ashcraft. And that leaves 1 pick left. So I'm still a little bit undecided. Be curious to see what you guys think. Do we go 1 more pitcher or 1 more infielder here? Our pitching staff is Crochet, Raggins, Schlittler, backed up by Glasnow, PPO, Weathers, Ashcraft. Feels a little light on depth, We do have the two aces, but Raggins is definitely a question mark in the health department. Only 61 innings last year. He did get to 186 the year before, so I don't think we can just say he's injury prone yet. And then the infield is Harper, Bush, Rice, with Murakami, Altuve, Barger. Yeah, I could go either way for me. Kind of wish I went McGonagall. I think maybe we go infield here. We don't really have the upside that I like. Murakami's nice upside. So is Barger. Guess I'm a little nervous about Harper. Let's take a look at him. Still had the 27 bombs last year. How old is he now? 33. Still projects really well. Yeah, it's going to be a coin flip for me. I think if I do go infield, we'll go Durbin. I'd consider Shaw as well. Also, the pitchers are getting a little dried up. I do like Ponce still, though. So yeah, Durbin or Ponce? Yeah, that's a tough call. I wonder if Durbin's price will rise now that he got the nod. But I think most people who were drafting him were already assuming he's going to be starting. Goes Glaber at 230. That's crazy. Beavers. Victor Scott. Goes Grayson. We looked at him the other day. His velo is down compared to his other couple years at this point, so I'm a little nervous. I still have no idea what I'm going to do, by the way. I do kind of like Ponce, too. He's the guy who came from the KBO. Had like a nasty year there. Ooh, and he's from Cal Poly Pomona. It's exciting. My wife went there. What am I looking at? Ponce. Yeah, here's his KBO year. 215 FIP, 12K per 9. I think maybe we do go with the pitcher. I think getting Barger is the kicker for me. So we'll go pitcher and hope for the best. All right. So let's take a look. Oh, well, let's see here. What do you guys think? Is this enough to win 200K here? So the outfield is Judge, Roman Anthony, Teoscar, backed up by Hap, Rafaela, Dominguez. So we got the Boston and Yankee stack there. The infield is Harper, Bush, Rice. We also got both these guys, which is nice. Backed up by Murakami, Altuve, and Barger. So it could be a little light, but we are shooting for upside, and we're going to need to get a little bit lucky no matter what. So then the pitching staff is really nice because we got Crochet at 26, which should be pretty damn unique. I don't know if I've ever seen him go that far. I mean, you could say it's the same as 23 because we got Roman Anthony, who's been going at 26 for half the contest. So, but even so, 23 would be pretty unique for Crochet. So we got Crochet, Raggins, Schlittler, backed up by Glasnow, PPO, Weathers, Ashcraft, and Ponce. So probably gonna call it there, guys. But we only have 1 week left. So I might do like a weekend stream where I do like more drafts. See if we can get some more people in here. Maybe on Saturday. But if not before then, I'll be streaming tomorrow at the same time, kind of do the same thing. So I'd love to have you guys come join me. Thanks for joining me today. What do you think? Did we win 200K today? Let me know. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.